Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dominion League Season 35 Championship match between RTT and Tracer. I am Akuchi, and I am joined in commentary by A Division mainstay, Marcus.
Hello.
So, Tracer comes into this match with a advantage of 2 games. He's going to need only 2.5 games out of the 6-game set to win the championship, and RTT will need 4 games. And we're off.
Yeah, so first board.
So we have no plus buy. Oh, wait, no, there's Wine Merchant.
Well, we
Okay.
have Wine Merchant.
Yeah, Wine Merchant, King's Court, really strong payload.
Yeah, so I mean, so the weakest thing here, I guess, is the draw for which you need King's Court.
Yep, King's Court,
Um,
either Peddler, Conspirator, Mining Village.
or also, I mean, King's Court Wine Merchant in some sense is also nice, of course. There is some old VP with Fairgrounds here, so you can build a bit, and
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't look like a money board to me.
No way. Yeah, junk Dealer will get you thin, and then yeah, the draw is weak, but the Wine Merchant payload with King's Court
Payload
is
is
really
nice.
strong. And Wine
So
Merchant also helps you spike the King's Court in the first place.
Steph suggests Conspirator Silver, and I think I like that as an opening. Could be Conspirator Lighthouse.
So Lighthouse doesn't have any defensive properties, right?
It doesn't, but it's an action card for Peddler. Later on, it doesn't chunk your deck because it misses some shuffles, so you can king it if you want.
Yeah, so both players open Conspirator Silver.
But Conspirator Silver seems more straightforward. Tracer hits 5 for Junk Dealer, and RTT misses the 5 as far as I can see up there. So that's a bit sad.
It's a double Junk Dealer
for RTT.
versus...
And it's a double Junk Dealer for Tracer indeed. So.
Oh, wait, did RTT miss 5 twice? Oh.
He had 4-4.
Oh,
and
that's awful, yeah.
So that should set Tracer up for a win here as first player as well. But let's see, stuff can happen, especially with King's Court. Sometimes you get some awful misses at first, and then the other player can catch up.
So it looks like
for sure
Tracer gets a Wine Merchant as his third 5, which I think is correct.
Yeah, and there's a plus buy that you want, and also with the +4 to spike for King's Court, so that looks all fine. And RTT now on turn 5 and 6 got his 2 Junk Dealers.
Wow, Tracer immediately sees that Wine Merchant, is able to get a King's Court with it. Both players playing very quickly.
Play quite fast, yeah.
Yeah, not the most complicated board.
Yeah. So I think one of RTT's Junk Dealers misses now. So this was, I think, the first card that he trashes. Except for did he trash a Mining Village? Maybe.
So RTT is thinking about whether he should trash this Mining Village to get to King's Court before his shuffle.
I suppose, yeah, that's the question now. His Conspirator will be activated, so I guess he also thinks about what these last 3 cards are, because if he does draw like anything but his state,
he chooses, yeah.
And he does draw the Junk Dealer, so it doesn't miss, and that also gets him it would have gotten him the King's Court without trashing the Mining Village, so maybe he could have risked that there.
Pretty...
Now the question is, what do you king here for? Tracer, probably you king the Conspirator.
Yeah, I think RTT is in this game still. I would get a Wine Merchant here.
You king Junk Dealer for sure. I haven't been able to follow exactly how much Tracer has already trashed and where his Wine Merchant is. So that's,
yeah, you could play one Junk Dealer and then king the Conspirator. It's pretty reasonable.
There is another Junk Dealer, so do think kinging that was the better thing than kinging junk dealer.
Perfect shuffle,
Uh,
also.
um, he gets it. Yeah, he gets conspirator.
Yeah, nice to pick up the conspirator and
Looks
peddler
okay.
for some draw.
Yeah. Getting a royal carriage isn't the worst, but
Oh, who picked up the royal carriage?
so next turn he has one king's court there. And I guess I'm mining village conspirator. Yeah, but I mean, Trace is also first player, so I think it looks fine, and RTT's next turn is going to be a dot, so at this point, yeah, it's king conspirator here.
Interesting to get two conspirators and float that money and not get like another king's court as tracer. Although it looks like here, yeah, he's got enough king's courts because he found the king, so probably aware of that.
And he probably knew that if he if he tracked his own deck.
Always a reasonable thing to
That
do.
now we're getting close to winning.
Yeah, I think Tracer can definitely afford to build one more turn. His deck is just full of great cards. Now it's possible to dud with the conspirators.
Indeed, so like a mining village or something. He gets the wine merchant, I suppose, for the eighth buy. So maybe he has some just piling provinces in mind next turn.
Whoa, that is an
Wow.
amazing amount of coins he's gonna float.
I think he will have enough left to discard his wine merchant.
Wow, interesting.
And he's fine here. So
Yeah. I mean, if his
having 43 left over or something like that was
yeah, it's pretty
fun.
pretty unusual. I think it's still possible that oh, I mean, he immediately saw King's Court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
So and here's the resignation, which
yeah,
makes
I
perfect
think
sense.
it was possible if Tracer's
If he doesn't find a king,
yeah,
king,
his kings
but
kind of like are evenly distributed or near the end, that he doesn't quite have enough. But
yeah.
yep, that's a win for Tracer. He only needs 1.5 more.
Yeah, and two seasons ago we had the exact same situation with Tracer leading by 2, and then he won the first 3 games, and it was over quickly.
But they will.
Let's hope that RTT is going to win here. So the first thing I see is the Magpie pathfinding, which makes the Magpie split relevant.
Hamlet also a pretty good target for pathfinding.
Hamlet is one. The nice thing about Magpie is that they are free if you're a bit lucky. And I suppose you open Magpie Silver. Yeah,
However,
that's what they do.
there's plenty of like
There is an option for Magpie Hamlet, possibly. Can we talk about Procession? Not great without any free cost cards here.
yeah, the payload here is a little bit weak. Like you have Wild Hunt.
You have Wild Hunt, you have Hamlet as your village. I mean, pathfinding is just nice. But so what is really weak here is the trashing.
Yes, Silos is going to help a lot.
So Silas is going to be very nice indeed. Now,
So
rally.
RTT
So he,
1 coin away from pathfinding.
yeah, close, but it would have been yeah, quite lucky. So I think he's thinking about a farmland estate here. Yeah. I'm not sure whether it makes a lot of sense, but
it seems fine. Like if he doesn't want a 5-cost card, then it's all upside.
yeah. Overbuying Magpie, yeah. Buying Silos could have been an option.
Oh yeah, neither player has bought Silos yet, huh? So there is an interesting thing. Like Silos helps set up your Magpie late game, but you don't want to do that early game if you still want to gain magpies because you'll
Yeah, in case you draw for your deck.
or just like discarding
Like,
coppers and replacing them with estates is just that's gonna hurt your ability to gain magpies.
hmm. I mean, I can see what you're saying, but if you just discard them and don't draw for your deck this turn, it shouldn't really matter. No, you just reveal other cards in your draw pile.
All right, so here we should see silos if they don't hit 8, I think.
Yeah. So, well, but now he has all his coppers in hand, so I'm not even sure.
I mean, what else do you get?
Hmm. Villain.
Yeah, I like having a villain, but it is the village situation is awkward. So if you want to play with wild hunts, I don't know how. Like wild hunts are awkward though. Once you actually do get pathfinding, you're gonna draw pretty easily.
Well, I mean, so I didn't follow the split. Is it 5-5 or does RTT have 6-4?
RTT has at least 6. I don't know the exact split.
Okay.
Tracer has hamlets. I think all 3
Okay.
hamlets, if I'm not mistaken.
Like, drawing just with pathfinding is not that great here, given that you can't trash, like,
Yeah, just
and that there is no laboratories that you can put it on. So I think you do want to have some wild hunts.
okay. So RTT chooses to farmland a copper into a hamlet, so now he gets the plus buy and the plus actions if he wants to play with wild hunt.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that because copper can be drawn by magpie and copper can be discarded to Silas, but apparently they skip. No, now he got Silas. RTT down to 8 econ. That's also. I'm not sure that's correct. I think he has silver and a relic and the 6 coppers.
Yeah, sounds right.
So he does have 10, but sure, villain is also nice for getting to pathfinding eventually if you keep on drawing to 7 coins only.
Yeah. Ooh.
And we see procession. So maybe Tracer wants to process the magpies and just put pathfinding on Hamlet. That could be an idea. Here.
Seems likely.
I think it's really time for villain. Or no, now he gets wild hunt. Okay.
Yeah, it's.
So relic is a good card. We just need to repeat it. Like it's especially on a board with limited draw like here, it can really hurt.
Oh yeah, RTT is his turns are just not improving. He came so close to hitting, like he got 7 twice.
Yeah. Yeah. And now he has 6 again, and then these 2
his
farmlands.
2 good treasures in hand. So
yeah, next turn is not gonna be. Well, he has the wild hunt down there, but then he doesn't have the hamlet. So why did he not discard something to hamlet? Is the question earlier.
Well, he was just gonna trigger a shuffle.
Oh, he wanted to really get to 8. I guess.
The plus buy wouldn't have been too. I guess to contest hamlets. So we're gonna want to look for a pile situation here. Hamlets and farmland could definitely run.
That was a nice draw of Hamlet immediately after the shuffle, so now at least he can draw his wild hunt. Draw his wild hunt here already 8. Finally,
Yep.
on turn 13.
Huh. Interesting. Discards a copper instead of a estate.
Okay. So what's happening to trade? So he just piles the hamlets.
Yeah, he's got the 2 wild hunts and a whole lot of hamlets.
And the procession for the magpie. So as soon as he does find 8 as well, which is non-trivial for him because his magpies don't really draw. So he really needs to draw off the wild hunts. Maybe that was time for villain.
Yeah, the villain attack, even if it hits a state, it does a little bit of damage because of hamlets.
And it's not only like I'm not only talking about the
Oh yeah,
attack here,
the
but I'm also
coffers.
talking about the 2
Absolutely,
coffers.
yeah.
So now I think it looks pretty good for
Oh, this is a
RTT.
great turn.
Yeah, he can draw and then draw with magpie again. So okay. Well, doesn't matter. He draws through his deck anyway.
I think that's a wild hunt on top. No, okay. He's only got the one.
No.
So Tracer has more. So this is a great turn. Farmland.
I would
for
farmland. Farmland. Yeah.
Like
he could get a scepter. I don't like procession. He could get a scepter to just get the wild hunt points at the end of his turn, basically.
See if Silos saves RTT's turn. Meanwhile, Tracer looking for a magpie to process. Oh no, he's choosing to process the wild hunt.
Okay, now he really wants to hit 8, I suppose.
Well, he can also just grab those the VP.
No, I mean 8 for
yeah,
pathfinding.
I'm just saying. Is he gonna get there? Yeah, it's pretty rough to leave the 6 VP on the wild hunt. Especially considering that RTT can just take it here.
Yeah, so that's just that's cheap 6. It's cheap province. Yep. Plus 1 VP. Okay. So it would be good to have a deck tracker now and know the splits. I don't know how many Hamlets Tracer has. I think he has 3 wild hunts, or does he have 4 of them now? No, he trashed one, so probably he has 3, and RTT has only this one.
Didn't RTT?
Or is it 2-2?
Yeah, it's 2.
Well, now he got another one because he
RTT has 2.
Has
2 wild hunts.
Yeah. You could take the estate here, but he stayed with 2 VPs.
Yeah, what else do you do? Yeah, so 6 Hamlets for Tracer.
Piles are running. Can't really get farmland, I believe. Alright. I think it could be just province silver.
Well, I mean, I think 1 farmland is safe, but yeah, it's a question of...
Well, it's safe for now, but he has to catch up quite a bit.
I see what you're saying.
So
what are you buying on the 5 anyway?
Yeah. Well, wild hunt to get more points, but then that might not be safe if RTT processes a magpie.
Okay. Yeah, that's what he goes for.
He takes the wild hunt.
I mean, that's a risky line, but
it's okay.
I feel like it's a reasonable...
He has to risk something. The thing is...
It's definitely not trivial for RTT to pile here.
No, but... so I would... I would first play the Hamlets and hope that I find my procession. So keep at least 1 magpie in hand.
There it is.
Yeah, indeed.
Now it should be pretty easy.
Responding to Sam, it's not just 2 VP, it's a 4 VP swing to get the wild hunt VP.
He's got it in hand.
Yeah, that's easy. Okay.
Yep.
And now Tracer does the canny.
Tracer, not a fan of people not uh, playing their wins when they have them.
Oh, I'm not a fan either.
Few are. So we got a 1-1.
Okay.
Looks like
So
we're
there is bridge and there is farming village. There is Aramanga, so you probably
the only draw is
it would
hireling,
be
right?
some. The only draw is hireling and the Aramanga kind of. Be, yeah, because the only way to get rid of your estates is gonna be bishop, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon. Um, hmm.
I mean, the maxim is if it's possible to make a bridge make a turn, you go for it.
Yeah. You definitely go for it. The question is, how do you
It's
go
definitely
for it?
awkward with hireling as only draw.
Yeah. So the question is, do you even bonfire here as a start? Okay, Tracer gets a market square. So that must be for some bonfire gaining gold stuff, I
Yeah.
suppose. RTT gets
So
the
the only way to
bonfire.
trash a
I'm
state is
kind of
bishop.
reluctant. Yeah.
Sorry.
You can use Overlord as bishop,
Mm-hmm.
sure. So they both bonfire. And it's bonfire bridge and bonfire market. So I don't like bonfire market square. That seems very odd.
Yeah.
Um, what Tracer did there. Um,
I guess he's hoping to be able to get some golds and
I
bootstrap through Grand Market, maybe.
Yeah, but then you don't bonfire straight away. No? I mean, like I don't object to market square, but then you draw something like
Yeah.
now because you only have like 5
Right.
coppers and
So
can't
opening
bonfire with
like
market
Market
square
Square
in hand.
Bridge might make more sense if your plan was to get the golds from Bonfire.
Yeah, or so I mean, I could even see an Ironmonger silver if you want to go for the
But
hirelings,
here's the
but
thing: like, why not open Bridge? Like, when is the next terminal you're gonna get? Like, it seems nice to have
yeah.
just be able to have that terminal. Bridge is pretty okay in the early game, and you're gonna want it later.
Well, it's not that great if you are in debt, in because then it's only one
Yeah, so it's
coin.
RTT who's getting who got the Overlord, so he's in debt. Tracer does get to Bonfire and gain the gold. Uh, I'm not excited about getting another Overlord. I don't even know.
No, me neither. Like it might have also been too early. Like an idea of the overload here is that once you play some bridges, you can play like Grand Market, um, and as long as the bridge is around, you can play bridge, but it is expensive and um, like usually overlord is nice if you play it as a 5 coster.
Yeah,
Um, but
what are you
here
playing it as? Yeah.
there's not really this 5 cost that you want to play that.
So it looks like Tracer is bonfired 3 times already. I'm not sure what. I think he was really hoping to hit a coin with that Ironmonger, because he's just in. He has the exact same turn he had last time, and he.
Yeah, so now it's just farming village bridge, I think. Oh no, he can't even afford it. uh, so then, oh,
Yeah. So something that I don't think is relevant here, but I just want to point it out. There is a kind of monolithic strategy, Bonfire Bishop, that is pretty okay. Um, I think I'm almost
and
positive.
play the golden
Yeah, I'm
deck.
almost positive that with the opponent helping you trash estates, you can make this a lot faster. So I wouldn't play it, but it is something I'm going to be keeping an eye on in terms of turn counts.
Yes. So Chet was pointing out kind of bad draws for RTT. I wasn't following the tops so much, obviously. I don't know. Like it doesn't seem that they were particularly fast in building to where they are now.
Oh, speaking of bad draws for RTT, hate to see that. But I mean, this is what happens when you can't trash estates. You really need a plan to increase
Yeah,
your
and your
economy.
bonfire. Yeah,
And
yeah.
Tracer had a plan. He just kind of hiccuped on one turn, I want to say. Like, he probably could have gotten there one turn earlier. Even, like, his plan was the Ironmonger hits a treasure, I think, and that gets him to
Yeah.
Grand Market. When that didn't happen,
Yeah, I mean, hmm. I'm a bit surprised that he goes for Grand Market so hard now and not so much for the farming village bridge stuff. Um, like Grand Market is nice when there is no draw. And okay, Steph likes them, and he puts some pressure on the pies, especially
I
once
do
you
think it's.
do get some
Yeah, I
bridges
think
into
it's
play.
possible to pile out here if you get a bunch of Grand Markets. Just, like, get, like, 2 or 3 bridges in play,
Yeah,
and
yeah, but that's the point. I want to have 2 or 3 bridges, and
well, I mean, Grand Markets
yeah,
are the easiest way
it
to increase what your deck can do right now. Like, because otherwise you have to stop for Hireling, Farming Village, and Bridge.
yeah.
Oh, a second Overlord for RTT. I didn't see the situation where he got that, but oh, something to point out: if you play Bridge before you play Overlord,
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
yeah. I said it before, but you do need the action. Well, Iron Man can give you that,
yeah,
potentially.
nobody's picked up a Farming Village, yeah, and also that works so long as there are Grand Markets left in the supply.
Yeah, and then you can play them as bridge, I suppose.
But it looks to me like there aren't going to be Ironmongers in the supply very long. Does RTT have 0 Grand Markets?
Mm,
I think this could be a 10-0 split here.
yeah. Well, so it's not gonna be the bridge mega turn at all. It's gonna be just an estate pilot, um, eventually. And yeah, it's pretty reasonable from RTT's point of view here.
Yeah, Tracer can do
Um,
pretty much whatever he wants. I think it'd be nice to get some farming villages and a couple hirelings, but you don't need to.
like at this point, RTT just has a lot of market squares and a lot of buys, so Tracer just needs to watch out that he doesn't run into some
Why
surprise
did
pilot.
RT? I don't
But
even understand why
otherwise,
RTT is lowering the market squares. That seems dangerous.
maybe it's some
But here you could
desperate
get like 2
thing.
hirelings and 2 farming villages, and but I don't know. Maybe that's too slow. Awkward Kingdom.
I think Hireling is too slow at this point. I think it's just,
Awkward Kingdom.
yeah, you score a bit and lower the pass. Yes, indeed. So RTT getting market square is just lowering pies and praying for, I don't know,
Yeah. What
four victory card hands of Tracer
what
in a
can this
row.
deck even do? Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
that's it.
So my Ironmonger. Yeah, I didn't even see that pile was low. Yeah, weird game.
Well, 2-1. Tracer needs one more tie at least. And let's see. So we do have, we have Academy Experiment, which looks kind of good to get you the actions for Werewolf. There is research instructions. Oh. I could see a research experiment here. There is Apprentice Soothsayer if you want to draw. You definitely get a Soothsayer, I would
Yeah.
say.
I'd rather not open
But
research just because I would just rather have apprentice, but maybe it works out. One research and then you get apprentices and you can eventually apprentice the research.
yeah, yeah, I like Academy, so if I get research and I hit 5, I would just get Academy and then Werewolves or Soothsayer Werewolves. Um, um, I don't think that Apprentice early on is. Oh, we get a Navigator by.
Yeah, I mean, okay,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Academy Experiment is pretty nice. Like, in terms of being able to give you enough plus actions to play werewolves.
Yeah,
You need the plus buy from
play
somewhere, so
Werewolves.
either Candlestick Maker or Storeroom or Trade Route.
Yeah,
Trade Route actually might be the best source of plus buy because research isn't great at getting rid of coppers either.
at least it's non-terminal on the other hand,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then it doesn't stay out, so um, it's kind of okay. But so what happened? The Tracer found his
So
apprentice,
Tracer, open
and
Navigator,
RTT did the research silver. Okay.
and Tracer got Apprentice on first 5 and then Academy on second 5, which I like with the Navigator opening, certainly. So here we can see if he gets a Werewolf or a second Apprentice.
Ooh, he gets a Candlestick Maker.
Wow, the 5-coin Candlestick Maker.
That's surprising.
Wait,
That's surprising.
something?
He always draws Navigator.
Hmm.
It's good that it got fixed today.
Oh, that's good. Alright, so RTT gets the Academy and Apprentice. Pretty sad hand, though. Yep. Experiment as draw seems really good, especially with Academy.
I think it's time for Soothsayer. Or
like Tracer has 4 experiments in those 8 cards.
Yeah, it's true. Right, so here is Soothsayer, I suppose.
Gotta be experiment, right? For RTT.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit unlucky RTT's been. He's only trashed 1 estate despite opening research. Yeah, RTT might be thinking about, is this the time to pick up plus buy, and if so, which plus buy do I pick up?
Could be Oracle.
Call me crazy,
Yeah,
I'd pick up Trade Route here. Yeah, RTT does it.
Does Tracer have both Candlestick Makers?
I think so.
Okay. No, 1-1, say Sammy.
Interesting, okay.
So if RTT already had a Candlestick Maker,
Yeah,
I
like
like
experiment in that case.
Well,
Probably want to buy 2 sets of experiments here. Or
could be Werewolf. Like at some point you want to transition a little bit.
Yeah, having a nice just stockpile of villagers give you a lot of flexibility late game.
Sure.
This should be Soothsayer, I guess. Goes for Werewolf. Yeah, RTT's deck is just really not coming together.
No. That's sad.
And again, this research is looking pretty sad right now.
He might draw. But it's also the Trade Route that looks sad, to be honest.
I mean, the combination of having a Candlestick Maker and a Trade Route and having 7 coins and no plus buy last turn, or 6 and no plus buy, whatever he had.
Well, there is the Werewolf.
Second Soothsayer for Tracer.
He wants to really go for the Apprentice cool stuff, I suppose. But with his villagers, werewolf.
And he's only got the one apprentice right now, and he didn't replace his draw. So I think Tracer's got a bad turn here.
And maybe there is
Oh,
well,
never mind. There he goes.
navigator is great. As long as you always draw navigator. Yeah.
Galaxy Brain. Maybe want to pick up Apprentice and 2 more experiments?
Maybe the idea behind second Soothsayer was just being ahead and trying to chunk RTT, who has had troubles to crash down. On the other hand, RTT has the research, the trade route, and the apprentice, and you draw him a card when you play Soothsayer. So it's looking really good.
Some really clean play from Tracer. Although he's not clean on coppers, a little bit.
Yeah, but this will happen, or it could happen if he wanted to. Like already last turn he was going for this additional gold.
Okay, that's a dud.
Well, here for once, Navigator was drawn too late. Maybe another werewolf experiment thing. Now he takes the storeroom, which is fine as well. Eventually, Rainy gives you another
with
plus
villager,
buy,
storeroom,
and
storeroom
prevents the dots.
pretty nice.
So RTT has quite a few extra experiments now.
Yep, so he's finally gotten control of his deck.
But he's like
he's
really far behind. Like he only has one apprentice. Like
I think it's fine. He's got one apprentice is fine. Well, he just needs to find it, because he's got the research and the trade route in terms of like actually cleaning up his coppers and curses.
Yeah.
But no navigator to help find his apprentice, so.
Could start screening now, I would say. Pies are not so much an issue with experiment.
Oh, but would you want to power up RTT's trade route? RTT doesn't even need to play that apprentice on gold. Trash the silver, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to need to get more experiments to bolster his villager count.
Yeah, he does, and then he runs it at risk of getting piled on by Tracer.
Could be province plus 2 experiments.
Also, now he does need some draw because last turn he kept these 2 experiments. They're gone now. He gets the storeroom. Okay. Seems.
Having a storeroom is nice just to be able to handle, like, you get overdraw because you had to apprentice trash gold, and now at least you can get some coins off it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 provinces seems pretty fair.
Could RTT triple
I don't think so.
plus? Because the alternative is just getting 2 provinces and experiments. He gets 4 provinces. Okay,
Okay, that
that seems safe
that
for one turn
should
at least.
work. And his starting hand is fantastic.
Now
He
that
can
I
apprentice
also
the
see that,
soothsayer,
yeah,
and
it is.
yeah,
So yeah, so he just
yup.
wins.
Yeah, I didn't think about the 4 province line, but makes sense.
He could have started now. And 2 turns, RTT would probably win, but yeah. Yeah, so RTT has the 3 provinces, but not more than 3 provinces, so that would have been fine this way. Well, RTT should take at 1 province.
He's running out of villagers. It's just a rough spot, but that's all right.
Yeah, I mean he could have taken a province, I think, because if Tracer gets 1 province here, he's not gonna come back anyways.
Right. Well, congratulations to Tracer, who takes the win, becomes the season 35 champion.
4 games in 45 minutes. He really needs
Yeah,
to
they're
slow
going for
down
the
a bit.
record.
What is the record on a champion match?
I don't know. It might have been set recently. Anything if RTT is in it, it's one of those. But as is custom, they play on the remaining 2 games.
Now they can blitz the rest. Indeed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Sycomatic maybe playing a champion match again. Then it's gonna be slower.
Yeah, I think your playing speed, Marcus, is ideal for commentary and spectating in general.
That's how I chose my speed. Okay, so here's a Savage Silver opening that seems pretty okay. There is Encampment, there is Villa.
There's a lot of draw here.
There is Haunted Woods that can kind of block these Villa tricks and especially can block the Crypt, but the Crypt is not great here anyways.
So the only plus actions, or the plus actions is in.
There could be a mint. Yeah, so this might be a mint now for Tracer. That's probably what he's thinking about. It takes.
I don't like the mint on just 3 copper. Seems pretty sad.
Oh, it was 3 copper. Yeah, correct. Yeah, but Chunk Dealer seemed more appropriate than
yeah,
Spices.
I don't know. Tracer's not getting Junk Dealer. It's not about that. Oh, he got a gold. Yeah. Now he's gonna get Encampment. Okay, well, I guess, but I would get a Junk Dealer first.
Yeah, now it's mint, but he takes the encampments. Okay. Thing is, 1 gold and 1 encampment in the deck, or 2 encampments in the deck, they still need to connect, otherwise. And connecting is how
you can play with a couple Haunted Woods, and you should. But
no, it's just about the time.
Yeah.
Like in the long run, yeah, sure.
I like
now he draws them together,
yeah,
but this
I like
was
getting the Junk Dealer before the first gold. Well,
now he could get some Villa if he wanted to. If he feels like he needs to buy, but it's really not worth it probably.
Yeah, I don't see it. This could be. I think I like Haunted Woods or Junk Dealer, since I still think his deck could use a Junk Dealer. He must be holding out on. Mint.
He could also.
I think he wants mint, and that makes some sense because Mint's actually a pretty good payload card with spices and platinum.
Yeah, mint spices, mint platinum.
Yeah, I like it.
But like he's not gonna draw much more than 3 coppers,
Eventually.
or he really needs, yeah, or he really needs to sacrifice a lot of uh, a lot of his other treasures and not
Yeah,
play them or have enough. Well, so if you have 2 buys and whatever, like 9, you could get a chunk in a
so
villa,
Tracer definitely
but
having an unhappy
mint villa
time through his deck this shuffle, but
kind of
yeah,
deserved. Like skipping trashing altogether, except for
yeah, RTT's looking way
Savager.
ahead. I think RTT has 3 encampments already and has an opportunity to get a 4th one here.
And he even shuts down the villa buy, so Tracer has to play the encampment
Yeah,
and
it's
loses that.
real rough.
Yeah, this is kind of over.
Yeah, I think
Trashing is
Tracer was
good.
just holding out on
Yeah.
the optimal mint, but it was a little too greedy.
Yeah. Villa. Okay, Villa mint.
Too little, too late. Turns out having 5 encampments is going to be pretty good here.
RTT doesn't have the mint. He can top deck an encampment. Yeah.
You gotta buy villas. Like, I guess you might as well buy them now. At least one.
Or yeah.
Or
Or
that.
resign.
At least get to.
Because if you keep top decking
No,
all
no.
this,
I mean, he wanted to top deck the Ranger at least, and he gets to draw 3 cards from Haunted Woods. So he has 3 villas in there. There's a good chance he sees it. But that Ranger's not going to draw. Okay. Leaving that encampment so he can top deck it. Friendly.
Yes. I would like another Haunted Woods probably as RTT now, so that next turn he can play 2 of them.
Do like.
And just keep his encampments. And yeah, you could take the plunders indeed.
Plunders, or you could take a platinum, whichever. So many ways to win.
So he does get the Haunted Woods and the 2 plunders and spices. I'm not so sure about the spices. Does he have enough draw next turn? Probably he has. It gives him some buys that he doesn't need unless Tracer gets.
Seems to me like the kind of game where I would expect to be buying colonies.
I mean, it does look like a free pile now, but because with Triumphal Arch, also his next Haunted Woods will give him free VP and so on, so he can really lower those piles.
Oh,
and
that's
then,
true. Yeah,
it's just gonna pile out, I think. Yeah, RTT indeed has a 10 out of 10 on the encampment plunder pile.
Can salvage whatever he wants. Well, not the Haunted Woods.
He might Yeah. He might consider salvage
Yeah,
spices
copper,
or something like
spices,
that.
plunder, they're all fine.
It takes. Well, I wouldn't want to salvage my
It
plunder.
doesn't matter, it's all winning.
I mean,
Actually, salvage gold, because Wolf Den, bam, that's a 3-point play.
just take 2 haunted woods or something here, and it
Not
doesn't
a
matter.
bit. 2 Haunted Woods Platinum, sure. Go.
Yeah, and then he can pile next turn. $22. Double colony is lame. Like, I would really want to have 100 woods at least, because if you green now and then you need to top deck a card and
Yeah.
only draw 3 more cards,
There's no reason.
you can be unlucky
There's no
with all
reason to
these
double colony.
treasures. Misclick and buy mint. Yeah, so that's the only way for Tracer to get back into the game if he doesn't get the haunted woods. I hate that.
Yeah,
I must say.
I don't get it.
Like, you do want to have a 2 and 2. Okay, so he wants to pile, which is, yeah. So if he salvages haunted woods, he has enough coins.
And if he wants
Does
to
he have?
pile, he could also lower Haunted Woods.
He can pile the villas.
Like, I don't see how buying platinum over Haunted Woods helps him pile if the pile includes Haunted Woods.
Yeah, it doesn't. Unless he can't be concerned about Tracer piling, so Tracer having some.
I guess he calculated it. Or YOLO, who knows.
The villas. The spices, okay.
That doesn't.
Spices, villas, it is.
Okay. You did it. So we've got 1 game left. RTT start, I believe. This is for pride.
Yep. And he starts with a 5. Soothsayer race. That's my first guess.
So we've got Library and Scholar both on the board.
There is coffers. Oh yeah, there's Baker in the bottom line.
It's an awkward board because
I think still Soothsayer race.
The golds from Soothsayer, they don't play super nicely with Library or Scholar draw. Neither does Bandit Camp. So I wonder if that encourages you to go Advisor instead.
I mean, there is probably some Bandit Camp Priest line with Library or Scholar, where you kind of play a couple of priests and make a lot of cash and play some Y merchants,
okay,
but
so
it seems really tricky.
Mission turn on turn 3 from Tracer, just to kind of shuffle back around. Tracer opened up with Raise and Priest, trying to get thin. It's a pretty good strategy, I hear. And going all in on the missions. So Tracer electing to trash Copper with Priest, leaving the estates for his Raise to handle. I'm curious to see the direction RTT builds in terms of draw. Advisor, okay. Tracer has bought Mission on the last 2 turns. Will he buy it again? He has literally 2 cards. Okay.
Yeah, Bandit Camp is That's good. Probably bandit camp for RTT as well. I don't know, or a wine merchant. He doesn't have the actions. He needs a bandit
Yeah, I think
camp
just trying to
at some
save that
point.
weak turn.
So Soothsayer, by getting you the gold, helps with the aqueduct points. So you can just go for a kind of province thing here, if
Yeah,
that's what he
I'm
wants
actually
to do.
pretty dubious about RTT's chances of actually drawing deck because, yeah.
Yeah, no, he won't.
So I wonder if he realizes that at this
but
point.
but it might be that just like this
Because, I mean, he
Soothsayer
bought the
money
bandit camp
approach
last turn,
works out
so
fine.
he could have bought a province already.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, last turn I would have considered the province in RTT's position, but he keeps not taking Soothsayer, so it seems like he really wants to build. But for the build approach, Tracer just seems way ahead.
I wouldn't go that far. I just don't see it actually working out because of the number of stop cards that like RTT is going to be adding between the golds and the spoils from bandit camp.
Mm. Yeah, but I mean Tracer is soon going to draw deck, and RTT isn't. So from there onwards,
It's actually interesting how RTT is just not playing that soothsayer.
yeah, I think if you open it, then you need to commit to it and just play the non-drawing
Pretty bad
deck
hand for RTT.
thing.
He can't even buy a mission. Oh, he can with
He
the
can,
offer. Okay.
he can, but he does. So now he has a great turn and
Yeah.
can't
I
buy
think the
anything.
plan is to trash a copper.
He can trash a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, the raise
What does
itself.
he raise? He raised the
And
raise.
he
So what's the what? And now it doesn't take the soothsayer.
it
Like
is really
it's
strange.
really strange.
I think the province thing bolstered by the aqueduct points would have been better for RTT. There's no alt VP. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So like he really needs to promise and take these aqueduct points.
So
I
Tracer has a little bit more draw than he needs.
Yeah, he could take a like. There is this nice interaction, just to point this one out, between mission and wine merchant, where if you do mission, you can get your wine merchants back. On the other hand, like it takes one buy, so just with one
What are
wine
these
merchant,
workshops
it's a
going
bit
to
of a
do
wash.
now that advisors are gone?
You could take silvers for
RTT has signaled
RVP.
very strongly that he's not going to do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's looking good for Tracer.
Feel like it could have been done better. Yeah, he could have drawn everything, I think, Tracer. Like, you play one bandit camp, and then you play workshop, and then you play advisor.
Yeah.
And then you play the second bandit. Well, no, you still have a spoil, so you can't draw. Yeah, never mind. You'd need a baker to actually draw everything.
So advisors split this 6-4, right?
I guess I'm just a little confused about the end game for Tracer's deck.
I mean, please take
Could
province
even been
now.
gold and province to get an extra point.
Yeah. Yeah, but he wants to discard his wine
Oh, yeah.
merchant probably. Could be a
He
bandit camp
did
again.
not discard wine merchant, so I think gold province would have been better.
Not sure. Like there is some play priest before race thing for Tracer, because then your races also give you 2 coins. Um, Scholar. So yeah, you can workshop another priest, and I don't know.
We'll see.
Like I really like what Tracer was
Wonder.
doing until the mid game, but now it seems
I mean,
like
he
there
could have
isn't
double
really much
province there.
progress.
I don't know if that
Um,
was sustainable though.
yeah. Yeah, with advisor it breaks down quickly once you add some
Yeah, and advisor
chunk,
scholar. We'll see.
and advisors get discarded, but advisor's call is usually not more buys with stuff.
He's definitely gonna draw up this turn. There's no sequence of discards. I think. Well.
Yeah, so I'm wondering maybe he wants to like really trash these spoils as well.
Oh.
Like get a second priest and raise spoils,
Wait.
whatever.
So he's not playing advisor.
Um, maybe that's the
So confused. I guess he just. Yeah, he's just thinking about the.
yeah. Well, it's trip. Mm. Mm.
So. Is Tracer threatening triple province? Because he.
He
Yeah,
is.
because he held on
Like
to
if he
those
draws well,
spoils.
I think he is. And like he can trash a bunch and like get these
Yeah.
priest coins. Um, but yeah, for sure, RTT just has to take province. And stick to the spoils, I would say. That doesn't look like a triple province so far.
Tricky.
Yeah, I would have considered denying Scholar here. Because Henning Bennett can ban Scholar. So that's 8, the free spoils.
And I think you definitely
20.
play priest.
22.
What?
I think,
Why?
yeah, I think he gets.
Why not priest the spoils first?
Play priest and then raise. I think if he raise, yeah, I think he could have gotten there.
I mean, it's just +1 coin.
Yeah, but now he's at 8 plus 15 is 23. Oh yeah, if he gets these, that's enough. Yeah.
All right. So that was a weird last game. The not soothsayer deck wins, and
The trashing deck wins
I mean,
again.
yeah, RTT tried to
Finning
trash.
is
It's
winning.
just
Yeah.
once you open with Soothsayer on that board, it's pretty tough to get control of your deck.
Well, those were all quick games. It was hard
Yep.
to follow.
Tracer ends up winning 4 of them, which is, I believe, the same. Was it the same result as their regular season match?
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 seasons ago he won 5-1, so it's he's getting worse. In any case, it's his
Yeah,
third title,
congratulations to
and
Tracer. And
congratulations there.
yeah, congratulations to RTT for another great season. And congratulations to you, Marcus, for staying in A yet again to, I believe, tie Steph's record for the longest consecutive run in
Yes,
the
I
A
think
division.
so.
Hope to see you in the
Yeah,
championship next season.
I hope to see you in A
I hope so as well.
in 2 seasons.
All right. Until the next time. Bye.
Okay.